عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. يا أسامة كيف
Everything
حالك؟
good إن شاء الله؟
مرحبا
الحمد
مرحبا،
لله.
كيف
Thank you.
حالكم؟
Everything
طيب؟
good؟ الحمد لله.
أهلا وسهلا.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. حياك الله ويس، كيف حالك؟ We're going to do something different today. Bismillah. Thanks for telling me.
I said Bismillah.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، سائل يسأل فيقول: إذا انتقل الصائم من بلد إلى بلد وأعلن في البلد الأول رؤية هلال شوال، فهل يفطر تبعا لهم علما بأن البلد الثاني لم يرى فيه هلال شوال؟ We'll take a couple questions. We'll read a couple of fatawa tonight, bidhnillahi ta'ala. Question says, somebody who's fasting and they travel from one country to another, and the country from which a person traveled, the origin, the original country, they made the announcement that the new moon phase or the new moon birth was sighted, was spotted. New moon phase, however you wish to word it. We know there's only one moon and has different phases. Abid bimashit. The moon for Shawwal was sighted. Someone saw the moon for Shawwal. Ramadan in his original country is officially what? Over. But in the country to which he traveled, they did not yet see the moon for Shawwal. So what does he do? Does he keep his fast? Or does he stop fasting and celebrate the Eid with them? Everybody clear on the scenario? Person, let's say for example, he travels from America and he goes to Pakistan. In Pakistan, they're still fasting. But in America, New York City, the people say we have actually officially what? Ramadan is over. Shawwal has begun. But in Pakistan, it's still what? Still fasting. So what does he do? Al-Jawab, the answer says, إذا انتقل الإنسان من بلد إسلامي إلى بلد إسلامي وتأخر إفطار البلد الذي انتقل إليه فإنه يبقى معهم حتى يفطروا، لأن الصوم يوم يصوم الناس والفطر يوم يفطر الناس، والأضحى يوم يضحي الناس وهذا وإن زاد عليه يوما أو أكثر فهو كما لو سافر إلى بلد آخر يتأخر فيه غروب الشمس فإنه قد يزيد على اليوم المعتاد ساعتين أو ثلاثا أو أكثر ولأنه إذا انتقل إلى البلد الثاني فإن الهلال لم ير فيه وقد أمر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عليه الصلاة والسلام أن لا نصوم إلا لرؤيته وكذلك قال أفطروا لرؤيته. Answer says, listen very carefully, when a person leaves one, listen very carefully, this is a translation. He says, when a person leaves one Islamic country, here, these fatwa of Sheikh Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen, rahimahullah, his words, he never said a country, but he said an Islamic country. And the mafhum, the opposite understanding of this, hypothetically, is that if a person left America to Pakistan, then the ruling would not apply, according to Sheikh Uthaymeen's words. Because he clearly mentioned what? Balad Islami. He said what? Islamic country. This is a very, very interesting point here. Extremely interesting. And that is with regards to the entire controversy of sighting the moon, the new moon phase, in which you go into the internet and you go into the different grids and you'll see the different colors and the zones: pink, blue, green, gray, red. Naam. And on this grid or these grids or these maps, you'll find zones in which the moon can be sighted. It's visible with the naked eye, it's visible with the help of technology, etc. And many of these countries on these grids will be what? Non-Islamic. Non-Islamic. No doubt about that. Everybody understand this? An example of this will be South America. You go into the grids, you'll find different times, different parts. You'll find, for example, Peru. All right, and they say that in this time or on this day, this is one of the few countries that has the ability to sight the new moon phase, with or without the naked eye. Obviously, anyone with any sense is going to say Peru is not a It's not a what? It's not an Islamic country, without any doubt. Are there Muslims in Peru? Of course. But it's not a what? Islamic country. Everybody understand this or not? Everybody got this or not? Everybody with me or not? No one is going to differ on the fact that Pakistan is a Muslim Islamic country, one way or another. We didn't get into no controversial issues. The government, this guy, al-Muhim is 90-something% what? Muslim, without a doubt. And the people there, the official religion of the vast majority of the people are what? Is what? Muslim, whether they're Muslim or not. Everybody, whether people are praying, Sharia, ruling with Allah sent down, al-Muhim. We're not getting into none of that right now. The people there are clearly saying and professing that we are what? Muslim. Those who do not pray, they say, I'm a Muslim. Everybody understand this? Nominal courts, secular courts, the rules that go against Allah's laws, the people still say, La ilaha illallah, what? Muhammad Rasulullah. We agree on that or not? We agree on that? That's not the case in Peru. The government of Peru is not saying, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. The government of Peru is not saying, recite Surah Yasin at the funeral. We can agree on this or not? We can agree on this or not? Somebody who never prayed, who never fasted, who never wore hijab, someone who didn't care about anything, at their funeral, what are they doing, Osama? What are they going to do at the funeral? What's going to be done at the funeral? What are they going to do at the funeral, Abu Bakr? And do what? Recite Yasin and make this bid'ah and do this and do that. Is this not the case? Here in New York City, we don't have to go that far. Somebody who never prayed, who never wore hijab, who never did nothing from Islam, when they die, they're going to go back to the traditional what? No doubt. We agree on this, Salih, or not? I've been to several wakes myself. Everybody understand this? Family members are drinking alcohol, the women are uncovered, the people are smoking, laughing, drinking, but it's still an Islamic wake. We can agree on this or not? So Peru is not an Islamic country. It's not a Muslim country. Everybody understand this? There are Muslims there. So based off of this fatwa, hypothetically, the sighting of the moon and depending on the view and the vision and the actual sighting of the moon would not necessarily be what?
It wouldn't apply to the ruling.
it wouldn't necessarily be what, guys? It wouldn't be accepted based off of this. Because he clearly mentioned something. He said what? إِذَا انتقل الإنسان من بلد إسلامي إلى بلد إسلامي آخر. He used the word بلد إسلامي how many times? Twice. To and from. From and to. Everybody understand this or not? Showing you that the concept of looking for the moon, sighting the moon, taking the shahada, the knowledge, the expertise of the moon is hypothetically based off of what? Islamic country. Obviously, non-Muslims can see the moon as well. They can look for the moon as well. All non-Muslims do not lie. Many Muslims lie, many non-Muslims tell the truth. This is a fact. But we're talking about rulings here. Pay close attention. And it goes to show you how sticky the issue can become when it comes to when you can and cannot look for the moon. And I, myself, have sat in meetings, in masjids, in offices, and seen people say, we're going to fast this day, we're going to disregard what Saudi Arabia says, and we're going to take what Peru says. Which could be right, scientifically. But the actual fiqh, would Abu Hanifa rahimahullah ta'ala allow you to do that? Everybody understand? This is a very interesting point. Would Abu Hanifa, you say you're Hanafi, would he what, Salih? Allow you to do that. Everybody clear on this? You have to be careful now. So the fatwa, it says, when a person leaves an Islamic country and goes to another Islamic country, وَتَأَخَّرَ إِفْطَارُ الْبَلَدِ الَّذِي انْتُقِلَ إِلَيْهِ أو انتقل إليه, and the country to which he traveled, is what? Nah, ta'akhar is later. They didn't see the moon yet. The moon for Shawwal was not yet what? It was not yet what? It was not yet what? Sighted. Right, moving forward. He says, then فَإِنَّهُ يَبْقَى مَعَهُمْ حَتَّى يُفْتِرُوا. I believe the lights were off because of the camera.
Yeah, but the brother, he said he can't really see that good, so.
طيب. تفضل. المهم. Let me go back to reading my fatwa, right? It was a specific thing for the camera though. Yeah. Labas. May Allah bless you. And bless him. I mean. Right, moving forward. He then says, فَإِنَّهُ يَبْقَى مَعَهُمْ حَتَّى يُفْتِرُوا. Then he should stay with them until they break their fast. Everybody clear on this? He says, because fasting is when the people are to fast. And breaking the fast is when the people are to what? Break their fast. In other words, with the community, the congregation, the jama'ah. Everybody understand this? Moving forward. He says, even if a person does an extra day or two of fasting. Even if a person does an extra day, 2 days, 3 days extra of what? Fasting. He says the similarity or the similitude of this is when a person is traveling. He goes to one time zone, he goes to one country, one place, and the day is now longer. The day is what? Longer. An extra hour, 2 extra hours, 3 hours. Everybody understand this? He went to he left from JFK and he traveled to, think of a country in which he, Bangladesh. Australia. Direct flight from JFK to Australia, Sheikh? Perhaps. It doesn't. Al-Muhim. What's important is that this man, Alaska, he was traveling what? For what? His day is going to be what now? Stretched. Everybody clear on this? Because of the time zone changing. But just because the time zone changed doesn't mean that he wasn't up since or before Fajr. Everybody got this? His body, his mind is on a schedule of how long? 24 hours. And because of the time, because of the speed, because of the traveling, he actually was up for. In other words, the sun is supposed to have set already. Wherever it is, Australia, Alaska, we don't want to get into the technicalities right now. Everybody understand this? Al-Muhim, he's in a place in which it's a couple extra what? Hours out of the day. Everybody understand this? He says it's the same ruling type here. It's the same, same thing. He says here, so he goes to the second country and the moon has not been sighted. Then he is to do what? Continue fasting. In other words, they saw the moon in America. So let's say, for example, it's 29 days that he fasted. They didn't see the moon yet in Pakistan. He's now going to fast what? 30 days. 30 days they fasted in America. They did not see the moon for Shawwal. He's now going to fast what? 31 days in Pakistan. Everybody clear on this? Or 32 days in Pakistan. Everybody got this or not? Moving forward. He then says, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Aftiru li ru'yatihi. He said, break the fast when you what? When you see it. Everybody clear on this? Regardless where you are. So if the Muslims of Pakistan did not see the new moon for Shawwal, then he has to do what? Fast a day or two more. Everybody understand this or not? Just like somebody who went to another country and he has to have more what? Hours, but not more salat. Pay attention, it's a difference. There's only how many salat in a day? 5 salat in a day. I made my salat on a plane. I combined my salat on a plane. They're making the Isha and I prayed already. I made Fajr on a plane. No matter what phenomena, however you're traveling, I made how many prayers? 5 prayers. Everybody got this or not? Everybody clear on this? Moving forward, he says, وَأَمَّا الْعَكْسُ مِثْلُ أَنْ يَنْتَقِلَ مِنْ بَلَدٍ تَأَخَّرُ ثُبُوتُ الشَّهْرِ عِنْدَهُ إلى بلد تقدم فيه ثبوت الشهر فإنه يفطر معهم ويقضي ما فاته من رمضان إن فاته يوم قضى يوما وإن فاته يومان قضى يومين. He says in the exact opposite is the exact opposite. He goes to a place in which is what? Shorter. What is he to do? Break the fast, go to the eat and drink. When he gets back to New York City, he does what? No. Make up the days that he missed. Everybody understand this? Everybody clear on this or not? Everybody the exact opposite is the what? Exact opposite. If he goes from JFK to Lahore, he does what? A day? Wow. The exact opposite. They're still fasting in America, but they're not fasting no more in Lahore. He has to do what? Eat with the people. Not keep going. He has to do what? Eat and drink with the people. Everybody understand this? When he gets back to America, he does what? Not keeps. He makes up what he missed. Not keep. That word keep is going to jam you up, Omar. You said the word keep like 3 times. Keep means what? Ayo, it's a break. You clear on this? So therefore, once again, everybody listen carefully. The exact opposite is the what? Exact opposite. In America, they're still fasting. The Ramadan is not over in America, in New York. In Pakistan, the ulama of Lahore or Karachi, they say Ramadan is what? Finished. Done. Eid is tomorrow. Everybody understand this or not? What is he to do? Celebrate the Eid. Stop eating, stop fasting. Eat and drink, sexual intercourse, whatever he was prevented from before is now done. And then when he gets back to America, he lands at JFK, then he has to do what? Start making up the days that he missed in Pakistan. Everybody understand or not? Tayyib. Wa alaikum salam. Start from the beginning now. You're in America, right, Sheikh? Tayyib? You're in America. You go to Pakistan. Tayyib? You speak to the brothers back home. We saw the moon. We what? We saw the moon. Based off of this fatwa. Or hypothetically, the calculation. But here it says seeing the moon. The brothers in America said what? We saw the moon. Ramadan in New York City is what? Over. In Pakistan, they are saying what, Osama? They did not see the moon. And we're going to fast tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow. In other words, you're going to fast with the people of Pakistan. Even though you didn't start your fast with the people of Pakistan. You're going to continue fasting in Pakistan, even though you didn't begin your fast starting in Pakistan. So in actuality, you're going to fast 31 days this month. You're going to make what? 31 days, or 32 days, or 30 days. But the brothers in New York City, the sisters in New York City, they only fasted what? 29. You have to do an extra day. Why is this? It's because the Fitr is the day when the people break their fast, as the Prophet says. And the Adha is the day when the people slaughter. The community, the Jama'ah, the importance. That's why he said Balad Islami. Everybody clear on this? You understand this or not? So whether it's America or another Muslim country, no problem, Islamic country, keep it simple. You travel from Mali to Pakistan. Tayyib? Everybody clear on this? Mali to what? To Pakistan. In Mali, they've started what? The Eid. It's no longer fasting. In Pakistan, they're still what? Fasting. You're in Pakistan, you have to do what? Fast. But you say, I've done my 30 days. Everybody understand this? You still continue to do what? Fast. Because you're there with the Muslims in Alright, by clearness. You got it, Sheikh? And the opposite is the opposite. You went from Mali to Pakistan. Everybody understand? In Pakistan, they said we saw the moon for Shawwal. It's Eid tomorrow. But back in Mali, they said we did not see the moon. And they're continuing to fast in Mali. You started fasting with the Muslims in Mali or Pakistan? Mali, in Africa, the African continent. Everybody understand this or not? Everybody got this or not? So what are you to do in Pakistan? Eat and drink. And when you get back to Mali, make up whatever you missed. Everybody understand this or not? Crystal Sheikh? Moving forward, he says, وَقُلْنَا يَقْضِي فِي الثَّانِيَةِ لأن الشهر لا يمكن أن ينقص عن 29 يوما أو يزيد على 30 يوما. He says, and the reason why we said this, he's to make up, in the second scenario, make up the days, is because the month cannot be shorter than 29 days. The Islamic month cannot be shorter than what? 29 days. There's no 28-day month in the Islamic calendar. He says here, nor can the month be longer than 30 days. There's no 31-day month in the Islamic calendar, in the lunar calendar. He says, وَقُلْنَا لَهُ أَفْتِرْ وَإِن لَمْ تَتِمْ أو وإن لم تتم 29 يوما لأن الهلال رؤي فإذا رؤي فلا بد من الفطر. And we say to him, after, break your fast, even though you didn't finish 29 days, because the moon has been sighted. The moon was what? Sighted. Where was the moon sighted? Pakistan. But it was not sighted in Mali. Everybody clear on this? You only fasted this month 28 days. You only fasted what? 28 days. Eat, drink, celebrate the Eid. 10 days in Pakistan, a month, a week. When you get back to Mali, make up the extra, or 2 days. Everybody clear on this? He says, rahimahullah ta'ala, ولما كنت ناقصا عن 29 لأن الشهر لا يمكن أن ينقص عن 29 كذا مكتوب عن 29 مكتوب 20 يوما لزمك أن تتم 29 بخلاف المسألة الأولى فإنك لا تفطر حتى يرى الهلال فإن لم يرى فإنك لا تزال في رمضان فكيف تفطر فلزمك الصيام وإن زاد عليك الشهر فوق زيادة الساعات في اليوم. He says that's the reason why the first scenario is different than the what? Second scenario. The first scenario is to do extra, and the second scenario is to do what? Less. But at the end of the day, you're going to make them up. Everybody understand this or not? Everybody got this or not? Everybody clear on this? This fatwa was given by Sheikh Uthaymeen, rahimahullah ta'ala. طيب. طيب. Inshallah, we'll stop here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best.
Brother asked a question. Brother Newman from Blackburn, UK. Says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. He says he recently had 2 surgeries. His doctor then told him that he has to take 4 pills a day at even periods to recover. And that he can not have 2 pills at suhoor and 2 at iftar. I will have to miss a few days of fasting during Ramadan due to this. What is the expiation for missing these fasts? Do I just need to make up the fasts after Ramadan, or will I need to pay the fidya as well? Jazakumullah khairan.
Brother Norman from Blackburn, UK. He has to take medication in the month of Ramadan, and the doctor says that it has to be done at a specific set time. And you cannot take 2 for suhoor and 2 for iftar. What do you do? Very simple, easy issue bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And that is, if it's a temporary sickness, it's going to go away bi'idhnillah. You'll recover, you'll heal 6 months, a week, 2 weeks. If it's temporary, then bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, when you're healed, when you're cured, when Allah has given you good health, make up the days that you missed. No expiation, no tawbah, nothing else that's needed. That's simple. As far as if it's terminal, chronic, something that's going to continue, something that's going to be with you in most cases for the rest of your life on this earth, then bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, you feed a poor Muslim for each day that you missed. A basic, simple, moderate meal for each day that you missed. Wallahu alam.
Brother, initials HM, initials HFM. Yorkshire, UK. Is it permissible to use toothpaste while fasting?
Question from Yorkshire, New York, UK. HFM initials. Is it permissible to use toothpaste while fasting? Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, there's nothing wrong with brushing your teeth. There's nothing wrong with brushing your teeth with or without toothpaste after you have commenced the fast. After Fajr, 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 10 a.m., after Asr, there's nothing wrong with that. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Wallahu alam. Talib.
So in the subway, people like they perform and they ask for donations, but it's illegal for them to perform or ask for donations. It's permissible for us to do this to get them anything.
Question is from New York City. Talib Safraz says, you're on a train, the subway, and people, they come and they perform and they ask for donations. Is it illegal to give them donations because it's illegal according to the laws of the subway, New York City, etc.? First and foremost is, if them asking for donations and performing on a train was such an offense, they wouldn't allow it to happen. They would not allow it to happen. Just like you can't, Sharif, you cannot go to the subway without paying, without using your Metro card. And they have cameras, and they have police, and they have security. Everybody understand this? And if you would say you jump the turnstile. Everybody understand this? Especially back in the day. All right, they say this. Right, you hop over, you get on the train. Tayyib, that's clearly what? Illegal. And if you do that in front of the wrong police officer, the wrong cop, he's going to what? Or try to arrest you if he can catch you. If you're a little slow, you might get arrested. If you're quick and you time it right, you'll be in the next stop waving at the police officer on the train. It's like, everybody understand this or not? Everybody got this or not? So that is something that's illegal, and that's something that is actually enforced. And they consider it as being a crime and an offense. People coming on the train, dancing, rapping, saying poetry, magicians. I've seen people on New York City train pull a big fat bunny rabbit out the middle of nowhere. Lost my witness. Where did the rabbit come from? Allahu alam. Was it sihr on my eyes? I don't know. But I know when I saw that it was a what? A huge rabbit. Everybody understand this? And he took money. Everybody doing this or not? So they said that it's illegal to perform and illegal to what? To take donations. So when a man stops, he gets off the train. Are the police waiting for him? Yes or no? If it's a police officer or security or whatever on the train, will they arrest him, lock him up? No. Will they say something to him? Maybe say something, maybe not. Everybody understand this? Most cases, he may enjoy the show himself. He may enjoy the what? The show himself, no doubt. He may give him some money. In other words, it's a rule, but it isn't a rule. As if it isn't even a rule. It's just something that's just on paper. And it's something that's customary, it's traditional, it's okay. مِمَّا جَرَتْ بِهِ الْعَادَةِ. It's something that the people what? They what? They allow. Everybody clear on this? Everybody understand this or not? Everybody understand this or not? So it's something that they allow. So it isn't a big deal, whether you give them money or not. But the issue is it permissible to give them money for what they're doing? Someone who's singing, rapping, dancing, playing music, someone, a man or woman who's showing their body in an impermissible manner. Can you give them money for that? Can you support somebody? Can you fund somebody and they're doing something which is either haram, clearly haram, something that's questionably haram, or something at best is makruh. At best is what? Makruh, disliked. That's the kernel, that's the core issue right there. The New York City laws, that's not the most important thing. Because if it was a big deal, then they would what? It wouldn't happen on a train. Just like not paying, cheating and stealing. There's a bar. There's a machine that does not move until you what? Swipe. And if you go over or go under and the wrong person sees you, you'll be what? In trouble. Everybody clear on this? This is a very important concept to understand the wisdom of the legislation. Whether it's legislation of Islam or legislation of kufr. Everybody clear on this or not? Wallahu alam. Father Nafis.
Muhammad Uthman from Toronto. Can jinns attend beneficial lectures and or pray with the believers during Salah time?
Question from Toronto, Muhammad Uthman. Can jinn attend beneficial lectures and pray with the Muslims in Ramadan? As far as the jinn attending the beneficial lecture, why not? We don't see them. They see us. If they come, they come. We don't know they're here. If they come, they come. The Quran clearly tells us in Surah Al-Ahqaf that the Prophet ﷺ was walking and there was what? A group of jinn who يَسْتَمِعُونَ al-Quran. They listen to the Quran. They clearly what? وَإِذْ صَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ, Allah says. And remember, O Muhammad, when we sent to you a what? A patch of jinn. And what did they do? They listen to the Quran. Allah tells us that when the Quran, leave them. It's okay. When the Quran was finished, when it was done, they did what? وَلَّوْا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ مُنذِرِينَ. They turned back to their people as what? Warners. So this clearly proves that the jinn listened to something that Muhammad ﷺ was reciting. Muhammad is a human being. He's from Ins. Everybody clear on this? Everybody understand this or not? Play it. So to say that they can't come and they can't send in a beneficial lecture, you need a proof to state that. As far as do they pray with the believers? Allahu alam. Do they have their own prayers, their own jama'ah, their own imams? Maybe, perhaps, ma'adri. I don't know. But them attending a gathering of human beings, it isn't something which is far-fetched. It isn't something which is what? Far-fetched. Based off of that verse in the Quran, let alone based off of the concept of jinn possession. And also good jinn. Our jinn are not evil. Our jinn are not wicked and malicious. They're jinn or believers. Wallahu alam.
Initials BA from UK.
What city? Talib.
So if a cop opens the door for you to go, like to bypass the turnstile, is it permissible for you to go?
If a police officer opens up the turnstile for you to go, is it permissible? Traffic cop?
I don't know.
MTA cop.
You gotta know.
He just has a badge on. Because NYPD, he has the regular uniform.
MTA or regular cop?
This is NYPD.
If he works for the traffic MTA, then I would go. There has to be a reason why he's opening up the turnstile. One reason or another. If he's a regular cop, perhaps, maybe not. Is it his money? Is it his wealth? Does he have the ability to do that? At the end of the day, I don't see a problem in doing it. It's something small and simple. And the people of knowledge they mention is that when something is just a little, it's yasir, khafif, it's just a little bit, yu'fa anhu. It's pardoned from things which are small and slight. Wa alaikum assalam. When it comes to different things, whether it's gharar, making a transaction which is dangerous or unknown, a risk. Whether it's najasa, small amount of najasa. Many different principles the fuqaha mentioned when it comes to something which is what? Yasir. How much is the pass to get past the turnstile? What? $275. How much money does the company make on a daily basis?
Million.
They take a loss.
They take what? They take a loss. They don't make money. Why are they in business?
It's government funded.
Government funded. So are they actually at loss then?
$30 billion.
No, the question is, if they're being funded, then they're not losing.
Well, they are. They're them as an industry.
Sorry. You said 30 million a day.
Their money is being spent incorrectly.
Sorry. Next question.
We're going to speak the other that didn't say this from the other night.
You got to stick to the format. City and state. City and country.
Our age from Dubai, UAE. Assalamu alaikum, Ustad, may Allah preserve you. What is the punishment of apostasy?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I mean, you as well. Question from Dubai, UAE, United Arab Emirates. What is the punishment for apostasy? It depends on where a person apostates. If you apostate and you live in a nominal country, you live in a secular country, you live in a land in which there is not ruled by the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's one thing. Like in America, a person is a Muslim, tomorrow they don't want to be Muslim anymore. And then we have the concept of apostatizing or apostating in a country in which the rules of Allah Azza wa Jalla are implemented. Everybody understand this? And it's very important to understand this, especially in 2017, in light of what we hear and see all day, Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law. Just because it is or it isn't Sharia law does not mean that a thing is haram or halal. Everybody clear on this or not? Everybody understand this? In other words, you run past a stop sign or a stoplight. The cop is there or the cop isn't there. You're speeding on a highway, right? And the police officer is asleep. The state trooper is what? Asleep.